Sorry about that girl in Central Oregon. And I also want to let family members, Andrea, that she's fine and she will be fine because so far she's been doing what I've been telling her to do. You know, and if you guys are wondering if I have done dirty things to her, no. All right, I'm not that kind of guy. You know, I used to kill that other girl, you know, and I regret it. I regret killing her. You know, she's kept screaming and I had to silence her forever. So, you know, like I say, she's still fine. We're driving and she'll be home pretty soon. I'm sorry to her grandma and her family members, to her boyfriend. You know, I'm sorry for everything that I caused. Okay, and you'll see her pretty soon. Okay, tell the cops that not to shoot us, because if they shoot us, then that's not my fault. Okay, but sorry, everybody. Bye.
On July 26th, Edwin called the police to turn himself in. He was arrested and brought in for questioning.
Bro, he's a one limit murder guy. Like he's a one limit, he's a one murder per murder kind of guy. That's just how he is. Like this is literally the case of XQC as a fucking person. Like if XQC in roleplay could be like a normal human being in the real world, this is what it would be like. Like he's just like, if XQC's roleplay character was like real, it's just like the logic, it does not hold at all. My man said, still better than most YouTuber apologies. True.
Tuesday, 7/26/2016 at 06:40.
911 emergency reporting.
Yes, hi. This is Edwin, Lara, and I'm the guy on Interstate 5 going at high speed. I know you guys have the chopper on me already.
Yeah.
And
it's like a fucking nightmare, dude. Like, this is the type of shit that you like, when you have like a nightmare, when you like do something that's like illegal in a nightmare and you're like, what the fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, like how do I fix this, and then you like snowball it into like more worse shit. Like this is the story of that. At least he only murdered dumb chatter. I mean, yeah, this chat will literally say anything.
And, yeah, I just want to say I am going to turn myself in.
Okay, where are you at?
Okay, I'm on I-5. I think close to Redding, if I'm right. So, you know,
Jean Paul
I
RP
wanted for murder in the state of Oregon.
Okay. Edwin,
Yeah.
where are you at right now? Can you stop?
I am going to stop once I hit Redding. Once I'm in Redding, I'm going to stop.
Okay, can you tell me where you are right now?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Let's see. There's a sign right here. 50 miles from Redding.
You're 50 miles away. Can you see a mile mark or anything?
From Corning.
You're 50 miles from Corning.
Yeah, 50 miles from Corning. 50 miles south or north of Corning.
Are you by yourself or?
No, I have someone with me. I kidnapped her in Oregon. She's innocent. Her name is Andrea. What's your last name?
He doesn't know.
I'll let her give her last name so you can call her family, okay?
Okay.
Just give me a second.
What's your name?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. What's your name?
Andrea.
Andrea, what's your last name?
Maes, M-A-E-S.
Okay, are you hurt at all, Andrea?
No.
No? Okay. Do you know where you are? Let me talk to Edwin again.
Okay. All right.
Hello?
Yeah, Edwin, You're heading southbound on 5?
Yeah, I'm heading southbound on 5. I'm
Did
50
you make
miles
it past?
away.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you make it past Reading yet?
I think I did. I'm 50 miles from Corning.
You're 50 miles from Corning?
Yeah, 15.
Oh, 15 miles from Corning.
Yes. So I'm passing a state trooper, a highway patrol right now.
You're what, sir?
I'm passing a highway patrol.
Okay, where are you at, though?
I am Flores Avenue, 1 mile from Flores Avenue.
1 mile from Flores. Are you able
Yes.
to safely find somewhere to stop?
I'm not going to stop right here. I'm just going to turn myself in Corning. Okay?
Are you going to Corning Police, or where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to Corning Police. But I want to ask you a favor.
Uh-huh.
So I have asthma.
You have asthma? Okay.
Yeah, so you tell them not to be too rough on me because, you know, I can barely breathe right now. All right, so that's all I wanted to say.
Do you
I
need
don't
any
want
kind of medical, or?
Yeah. The herder. I'm actually calling my family just to say bye to them. So once I'm done calling all my family, then I'll turn myself in.
Okay, we can get a hold of your family if you want.
I already called my wife. I called a lot of people already. I am wanted for the death of Kaylee Sawyer at Bend, Oregon.
What's the girl's name? Kaylee what?
Sawyer?
Sawyer?
Yes. Or Swire, maybe?
And she was from Bend, Oregon?
Yes. I just want to say that it was an accident. So I work for Campus Public Safety there. And she was really drunk, and I didn't see her, and I ran her over.
Okay.
And then after that, I just she was still breathing, and then she was screaming, and I decided to silence her forever.
Okay.
And I am very remorseful for that, and
Okay.
I know her.
Edwin, are you able to stop? The officers behind you, they don't know if you're running and stuff or trying to run from them. So if you can safely stop, they'll have the freeway block and nobody will get hurt if you just try to
Okay.
stop.
You want me to read the plate for you?
Your
Of
plate?
the officer, the police officer's plate?
No. You don't need to read the police officer's plate.
Okay. Because I want her to just get in front of me if she can.
Andrea?
Mhm.
Does he have his hands up?
Yeah.
He does have his hands up? Okay. Just tell him to make sure that the officer...
Hey, who are you? Tell him I can't.
He said he can't hear her.
Do I get out or do I?
Tell him we're letting the officer know that he can't hear her.
He's already walking towards them.
He's walking towards him. Tell him to make sure he holds his hands up.
Yeah, he is.
He is. Tell him to turn around and don't walk towards him. He can walk backwards towards him.
I can't. He's too far.
Okay. And if you want to do the same, once he gets out and stuff, just turn around and walk backwards towards him. Don't walk facing him.
Okay. Do I stay on the line with you?
Once you get out, I'll go ahead and disconnect the line. Once you get out, can you see, do they have him in custody already?
They're putting the cuffs on him right now.
Putting the cuffs on him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hang up and just get out and you walk backwards towards him with your hands up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Andrea, it's going to be okay.
She told me to stay in the
She
car.
told you to stay in the car? Okay, then
Yeah.
whatever instructions they give you, then do that.
Okay.
Okay, if she's giving you instructions, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get off the line, okay? And just whatever instructions. Okay, all right. Bye. Oh, my God.
In the beginning of the interrogation to follow, notice Edwin Lara's demeanor and behavior as he sits down and begins to engage with the police interrogators.
Up to this point, if he hadn't kidnapped another woman and done all this shit, you literally just be like, okay, this is a guy who fucked up. Except, you know, the whole kidnapping and I guess technically trafficking someone across the state lines part.
Also keeping in mind his crimes.
Well, he did say silence her forever, which was also very fucking insane.
And what he knows he has done up until this point. At first, he appears casual, jovial even. And at one point, he even makes the joke, well, you know who I am.
Okay, thank you. Hello, sir.
Hi,
No.
My name is Sergeant Edwin.
I'm Mac. Wait, I shouldn't introduce myself because you guys know me.
We know a little bit, right? So a couple things. We got some housekeeping items to talk about before we start talking about things. Those are going to be your Miranda rights and your right to a counselor.
Okay.
And then I wanted to talk to you, you know, just to let you know where I'm coming from, because it sounds like you've done a lot of good things, even to this point.
A lot of good things.
And so,
Bro, this is literally the this is literally what is known as the America technique, okay? When you do something incredibly fucked up, and then you do even more fucked up things, but then you say, hey, I'm gonna stop doing this fucked up thing, so you should celebrate me stopping from doing further fucked up shit. Like, when Donald Trump literally said, you know, I'm gonna nuke Iran, or I'm gonna nuke, like, your important cultural landmarks, but then he didn't do it, so he was like, look, I'm exercising restraint. That's what this is.
so we're not really concerned about the NBA at this point. It's going to be about, you know, finding her, okay? So, but before we do that, do you have any questions for me on the onset before I advise you of some things? Because I'm going to advise you of your Miranda rights and your consular rights,
Okay.
right? Before we start talking about things at all, but as far as questions you have before we get into that, I'm an all my cards on the table kind of guy. Okay, I'm not gonna come in here and try to be all tricky or whatever. Detective McLaughlin's the same way. Okay?
Well, all I gotta say is that I want to go home.
Okay.
I'm gonna do everything possible to go home.
Yes, sir. And the home meaning
I want to go home. Delusional.
Oregon.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course,
Because
go home, right?
yeah, we're working on that as well. Okay. So that's something we're working on.
Yeah, totally, bro.
Let's see here. Mac, when I'm pulling up this language,
Yes.
can you?
For those
advise?
wondering, I'm eating chicken tikka masala.
So, Edwin, at this point in time, I do want to let you know that the room is being video recorded. It's also being audio recorded. Just for the sake of being official, today's date is the 26th of July, 2016. I have about 12 hours.
One day after my birthday.
I'm Detective James McLaughlin. Present with me is Detective Sergeant Eric Beckwith with the Redmond Police Department. Edwin Enoch. Laura, is that right? Okay. So I want to let you know I'm recording the conversation so that you're aware of that, okay? Is there any questions about this conversation being recorded at all?
No.
Okay. Just so you know, initially,
You back up just a little bit.
yeah.
At this point in the interrogation, the police will begin to talk to Edwin regarding his motor vehicle accident, which they are going with as the cause for Kaylee's death at this time. However, remember that there has already been a significant amount of evidence gathered to suggest that there is more to the story, namely, the bloody rock.
You know, we've spent the last 16 hours talking to Isabel, finding out stuff about you with your family and those kinds of things. I know you got a heart that's probably pretty heavy and you want to tell us some stuff about the vehicle accident, and that's why we're here, okay? So it's important that you hear what I just said to you. I want to make sure that you understand those rights that I just read to you.
I do.
Okay, sir.
I also have to read you, these are your consular rights, okay? So I'm going to read this directly verbatim. All right, so here's the thing I just want to get to, the nitty gritty. We have not been able to find Kaylee's body. Can you please help me find her body immediately before we start talking about anything else? The reason why I'm asking you that is I've done this a bunch of times.
I want to tell you where the body is.
Yeah.
I do.
Gotta be kind of sad that he's right. I can't debate or react, and yet, you know, capitalism has failed so much that I'm so fucking popular. I'm sorry, brother.
I want to get home first.
Okay. So here's what I know about this. Hear me out, sir. We can't change what happened, the three of us in this room. And people will care more about what happens right now than what happened before. So we know that you've been talking to some people, et cetera, right? And because we have different jurisdictions, I can assure you that right now the DA's office is working on allowing us to take you back to Oregon, okay? But they're still working on that, okay? So in the meantime, we need to consider some things, okay? If this information gets to other people that you were like, hell yeah, I'm gonna tell you, but only until I get what I want, they might try to think of this about something different than what it is, right? And so what I've determined is, and we've looked at this a bunch of times, is I don't think you're a bad guy, right? I think that things have spun completely out of control, sir. Sir, am I right? Okay. But that being said, you know from your
Bro, you were having a bad day, dog. We all have one of those. You know what I'm saying? Just, it is what it is, you know?
training and your education, that we have a massive load of resources right now dedicated to one thing, and that's to serve the victim's family, okay? And they need that, and they need that right now. And so I need you to remember that it doesn't matter so much about what happened as what you do now.
He's not a cop. He's a cop husband, right? Or is he a cop too? I thought he was just a cop wife. He's a security guard, but he's married to a cop.
Yeah, and you know this, man. Not
A man wants to do a map.
About, I'm thinking maybe not even 10 miles. Just keep going. Okay. There's a mailbox right here. It reads 18700. It's right across it.
It's going to be on the south side of the road. So if this is north, like.
Uh-oh. Boys, the Oakleys are off. You know what that means, dude? He means business. Okay? You took them fucking Oakleys off, brother.
Like the,
you going to jail, bro.
Yeah, that's north. It's going to be on the south side.
Okay. And this is going to be east towards Redmond.
At this point, Edwin
Those puppies don't come off even when I'm fucking, okay?
surprisingly immediately complies to drawing police a map as to where to find Kaylee's body. He draws them a road leading to a mailbox and tells officers that her body is a short ways off to the main road in a ditch, and that they can't miss it. In cases like these, one of the main objectives of the interrogation is to find the body of the missing individual. With that completed in short order, police can now begin
Wow. I didn't know that that was one of the main objectives.
breaking
Thank you.
Edwin down and figuring out exactly what happened. It's probably reasonable to speculate that the reason Edwin was so willing to give police this information is because he thought he could still get away with the explanation being a hit and run.
Just in the ditch itself?
Just in the ditch.
Okay, south side of the highway across from that mailbox. Correct.
You're doing good, Edwin. You know what? This is not easy. Or you might be a little bit scared. We're going to hear what you have to say. We really, really want to. I'm thankful, and so is Sergeant Beckwith, that you know what the right thing to do is right now, and that's to help us locate her.
It is kind of cop brain to think that, like, oh, I hit someone over, I ran someone over, I hid the body, and now I'm taking a hostage. Like, it's just like an escalation on top of an escalation on top of an escalation of force to think that you can, like, you know, shoot your way out of a situation like this. They should have just hired him on the spot after that.
For her family, for the community, for us, for you, for your wife, all that good stuff, okay? So I'm thankful to you. I want to say that right away, that you hear what this man has to say and that you've got a heart inside of you. And I know, because I was in your house, I saw the Bible, I know you thumb through it a lot, I see that you've tithed for months consecutively. I know you have God in your heart.
One of our favorite criminals and their defenses was, in my opinion, Jodi Arias, who faked being like a Christian who loves God in an effort to use it as a defense. If you recall, she said, "How could I have murdered? I love the Bible. It's one of the 10 commandments to not murder." I wonder if he will engage in that defense as well, because it's a really good one. It's airtight.
Okay, and that's just not a trick. That's eternal, right? You know that.
When watching these police interrogations, it is always interesting to see how the interrogators will create a narrative of how the suspect views themselves to make them more pliable to talking. In many cases, they will appeal to the individual's personal morals, saying things like, "I know you aren't a bad person," or "You just made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes." Interrogators will use these lines and tactics even for individuals who have committed the most heinous crimes. The idea behind this is that they are allowing the suspect to keep their disillusioned moral view of themselves and feel more comfortable to express the truth without feeling totally condemned. In Edwin's case, they appeal to his apparent connection to religion, God, and prayer.
But I'm not talking about this moment. I'm talking about the big picture.
It's called the ego up technique. This guy won't even mention that. Damn, bro. I feel like I literally have a criminal justice minor now. You know what I mean? I watched enough that, like, I watched enough of these fucking shows that I literally feel like I know. That's it, dude. I have a criminal justice. I have a criminal justice degree now. Straight up. All you have, on the other hand, is a top of the hour ad break. And the only way to avoid said ad breaks is by subscribing with a $5 subscription or a Twitch Prime for free. Okay? Yeah, whatever. Shut up. Everybody was throwing up tomatoes already. Oh, Puggo tomato time. Puggo tomato time. Puggo tomato time. What do you want me to do? Okay? Get fucked. The ad's coming. Okay? You can use a ad block if you want. You can use a VPN, or you can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. But the ad comes for all. Using murder to sell ads based? Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and so I appreciate your honesty.
So, what happened, man? What happened? Like the straight up, what happened?
So I was putting the signs up where there was an event going on.
It's a college.
Cyclist event or whatever. You know, I was in a hurry because I want to get out of it. And I was going to turn south on College Way on the D4 lot. So I was going to turn south on the do not enter area there. And I didn't see her. She was wearing all black. So I was in a hurry, so it was my fault. And I wasn't expecting anybody, you know, at that time of night. So I just turned and I mean, I didn't hit her that hard. I just bumped her with the patrol car, bumped her with the front rack. And she fell down. And at first I thought, you know, first thing I was, oh, I killed her, you know, but I didn't hit her that hard. So I got off the car and she was really drunk. And then she looks at me and then she started screaming.
She started screaming or you did?
So she wasn't even fucking dead, you psycho?
She did. So I panicked and I just grabbed her by the throat and I told her, shut up, shut up, shut up. So she passed out. I put her on the back of the patrol car, drove her up the B12 lot, and then I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. She already seen me. She saw my face. So I opened the door, and that's when she came back. She started screaming again. So I grabbed the chokehold.
I wonder why. I wonder why she would be doing that. Maybe because you fucking hit her with a car and then kidnapped her.
I was telling her, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. She was just struggling to scream. So I threw her down and I hit her with a rock on the head. After that, I dragged her body.
At this point, detectives had already searched Edwin's home and found multiple pieces of evidence surrounding the death of Kaylee, namely the purse and the shoes belonging to Kaylee as well as the bloodstained rock.
Behind a tree there, and I hit her with another rock. And that's when I think she died because I heard her breathing, her last breath. And then with her body there, I went.
Why did he keep a memento instead of burying it?
To the Zama gym. I tried to wash off all the dirt from my glove. I had a stain on my shirt. I was wearing the bike patrol shirt. I had a red stain. I couldn't take that off, so I started washing my pants and my boots.
Burying the fucking rock, chat.
I went into the men's restroom right in front of the main entrance of the south entrance of the Zama. Then after being there, I just walked towards the women's gym or shower, and I went into the shower and I started washing off all the dirt from my pants. And then I looked at the watch and it was like 1:50 or whatever, and my shift was almost over. And I know Adam Leader was in the office, so I'm like, hey, you know, I'm usually never late. I'm out of here right when my shift ends, so I better get there. So I got there like around 2:01 or something like that. I was full of dirt, and he wanted to talk to me about something. And I wasn't facing him because I saw this scratch in my face. And I was scared that he was going to see it because I knew that you guys were going to investigate us. I knew that for a fact. Because I'm not dealing with stupid people, right? Yes. Close to my parents' house. And I mean, she was kind of heavy, you know. So I just grabbed her and pretty much ripped everything off her, like her clothes. I threw her in the ditch. And then I went back home and I was like, okay, they gotta find her there pretty quick. So I gotta move her and put her somewhere else that they're not gonna be able to find her. So next day, actually it was the following night, while my wife was sleeping, I just got up without her noticing that I was, you know, that I left, and I went to move the body again. And
okay. Not that this guy was like even remotely smart to begin with, considering that he thought he could get out of it by like kidnapping another person. But why does he think like describing every minute detail that makes him more guilty than before is how to go about this? Like, not to fucking defend the murderer here, but like, I think this is called admitting to everything technique, where you just literally straight up reveal every single fucking detail that makes you even more guilty than the previous second. It's fucking wild. Like, he's even talking about how he like fat shamed her and shit.
I was feeling really bad about what I went through.
I mean, this is not an interrogation, it's a confession.
Heart, like heavy, you know, and I'm like, so I knew that from the moment I told my wife she's going to turn me in, because I know her. And she loves her job and she loves what she's doing now.
Did you have some of Kaylee's stuff at the house?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
Like, all it took was for the cop to literally mention God. and to be like, hey, remember God? And this guy was like, oh shit, you're right. Here's everything I did that was illegal and horrible. Like the guy literally said, you're a good Christian. Come on, you do tithing. He's like, yeah, you're right. Just wait.
About that, please. Okay, so I grabbed it from the patrol car and I put it in my car with the intention of getting rid of it because I actually grabbed her phone from the purse with my bare hands. I didn't use any gloves. So I was scared that my fingerprints were going to be all over that purse. So I grabbed the purse and I put it in my car because I'm like, well, I don't think there's fingerprints in her body. You know, but there's fingerprint on the purse, so I cannot leave the purse here. So I grabbed her purse, and when I was driving out of the campus on Portland Avenue, I throw the phone on the Chutes River. Is that the Chutes River? On the park? Yes. So I threw the phone in the river.
Which phone is that?
Her phone.
Where was it?
It was in her purse.
Why did you throw it in the river?
Because they were gonna find it. You know, if I throw it somewhere else. And I mean, I knew sooner or later I was gonna get caught. And you know, for a fact. You know, and
You was trying to buy some time?
I was trying to buy some time so I can say bye to my family, I guess.
Did you talk to your family after this?
Yeah.
So a couple things you need to understand, and we're finally getting to the real problem here, we really are, is you knew she was never getting out the car the moment you shut that door.
Here, you'll see a distinct shift in the behavior of the officer. Up until this point, they've been somewhat quiet, reserved, almost coaxing in a way, trying to...
Motherfucker, they didn't have to talk. He was leaking like a fucking faucet, dude. They didn't have to do anything. Like, he just literally just fucking... He self-reported to way more shit than, like, they even knew.
To get Edwin Lara to divulge as many details about his version of events as possible. This is another common interrogation tactic. Allow the accused to say as much as possible, give as much detail from their perspective of events, and then pick apart those details and events in areas where the evidence or their own story don't line up. This serves to put the suspect off guard and more likely to make a mistake or change their story, making them seem like a liar, which will serve the prosecution at trial. So at this point, you'll see the interrogator begin the first major confrontation of the interview as he begins to poke holes in Lara's story.
Well, let me finish. You need to let me finish, right? Because I know this, okay? Because you said you were a hooker. She's like, no. Immediately, you go to give me your purse and your phone.
Well, I knew she wasn't going to get out.
She wasn't going to survive that encounter, was she?
No.
Because you can't rape her and let her live, can you?
And she can't make a phone call if you have it.
I wasn't going to rape her.
Well, you can't let her live.
Edwin, we're missing something here, man.
Look, yeah, I know what you guys are thinking, and it makes perfect sense. It does.
Because
Why would you ask for her purse?
What the fuck? Okay. Why is he saying, I know what you guys are thinking, and it makes perfect sense? Like, what the fuck? Also, why did he rape her? Like, where did that come from? I mean, he might have, we have the benefit of hindsight, but I don't think these cops knew that yet, right? They haven't found the body yet.
Purse, what was in your head that made you want her purse?
Because, you know...
Just in case she had a gun? She could defend herself?
She was going to use her phone.
To call 911. Call for help.
So, but listen to this. According to your story, this is where it does not make sense. If your intent isn't already there to do some kind of harm or some kind of evil to her, some friggin' evil that's there, bro. It's there. You just gotta face it down, man.
Oh my god, the fucking clenbuterol is jumping out on this. Anavar. That's an Anavar slam right there, dude. I told you boys, dude. Hey, once those Oakleys get fucking taken off, The moment he puts those Oakleys back on, it's a wrap, dude. This is what is known as the Kyle technique, okay? Absolutely zero dry walls will be left unfucked in the aftermath of a Kyle technique. Yeah, put the Oakleys back on, it's done. It's over.
Cower away from it, you face that damn thing down right now. If you know the only way, if you don't have intent in her head, your thought is, I gotta keep that phone away from her because she's gonna call from help before anything bad's even happened. You've already made a decision. Am I right or am I wrong? Help me.
So, I made the decision at that time to silence her.
To kill her. Let's be real. When you say silence her, you mean kill her. Is that correct?
Okay. Because
When did you make that decision?
when she started screaming, because she had seen my face.
But you already grabbed her phone. You already kept her away from making a call for help or contacting someone. So you're already preserving yourself. So I'm thinking it's before, when you ask for the purse, I think you already know in your head, I'm going to silence her. I'm going to kill her. Why else would you ask?
So when she gave me her, like she had her phone, because I knew her phone was back there. Like it just clicked on my head, and I put her purse back there. Her phone is in there, you know. So I told her, "Give me your purse." So then
Tell me exactly how you said, "Give me your purse." Say exactly how you said it.
Okay, so I went, "Give me your fucking purse,"
just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
So she hands over the purse, and I'm like, "Your phone is not in here." And she goes, "Yes, it is." So I start digging in the purse with this hand, and I find the phone, and it's there. So and you know, very relieved, but at this time she's struggling with the door, and I'm telling her, shut up.
You know why you felt relieved when you found that phone? You know why? Tell me why you felt relieved.
She wasn't calling for help.
And she was never gonna get away.
Because she had seen my face already.
She was already seen your face. And you already knew what you were gonna do.
No.
You were gonna silence her, you already told us that.
Well, yeah, but
why else would you grab her phone?
Because from the moment, that's when I knew that she wasn't a hooker. You know.
And she's gonna tell. She's gonna say something.
If I let her out of the car, she's gonna go say, "Hey, you know, security guard raped me or something."
Do you have dominion over a woman?
Dominion?
Mm-hmm. Dominant. Is there anything about her life that means less than yours?
No.
Okay.
But you told us earlier when you were trying to carjack people in Salem, you wanted a woman who...
These are like the wokest fucking Chad and Kyle I've ever fucking seen from the police force. It's like, do you believe women are property? Admit it. Admit that you're a product of heteronormative patriarchal societal undertones. Admit it, motherfucker, you sick fuck.
Was
weaker woman, because I knew a guy was gonna fight me and I didn't want to kill anybody.
Right. So you have dominion.
I don't
necessarily. I guess what I'm getting at with that question is that at some point or another,
bro, he like raped and murdered a woman. What's up with the like? Do you respect women? Questions like I feel kind of. I feel kind of odd in this sense because it's like. I don't think he respects women, dude. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead on a whim. Even if he didn't rape, like, he fucking kind of kidnapped another woman. Also implying that he kind of doesn't fucking respect women, okay?
Something as minor as an offensive comment, are you a hooker? I mean, honestly, what we've approached there is...
He's literally like, what, you think women are sex workers? You think all women are sex workers? Even though there's nothing wrong with sex work, which is real work, you fucking asshole.
You possibly losing your job for offending somebody, okay? People are offended every day. People lose their job for offending people every day. That all of a sudden became more important than the life of a human being that you say is equal,
I think she honestly thought that I was gonna do something.
You were, man. Edwin, that's the problem. Right now, you were. You absolutely
At first I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Well, sir, let me back up. Let's just settle this right now. when you saw that girl and you picked her up, were your intentions to help her because you're a security guard on the campus and people look up to you? Was your intent to find some way to help her? Or was your intent to find a way to hurt her, either by paying for sex or taking sex? And when things went south, you knew you had to kill her because now the person she looks to for safety and security wants something from her that she doesn't want to give him.
So when I picked her up, because you know, usually when we help someone, we call her on the radio.
Did you call her on the radio?
No, because I thought she was over. And I asked why.
That's why I didn't call her on the radio.
That's why I didn't call her on the radio. And when I realized she wasn't up her, I felt discovered. Oh, crap.
Is this addressed to Dad?
Yeah, the last one is for COCC.
Okay. I think it would play pretty well on recording if we read this out loud. It might show some of your emotion. Might show.
Want me to read it?
I would love you to read it. Thank you, sir.
I've been trying to ask Katie for forgiveness, but I don't think her soul hears my crying because God doesn't allow the devil to talk to angels. However, I know Katie hears you, and if you find it within your heart, please ask her to forgive me.
Dude, this is all over the place, bro. This guy is just like what is going on here? You know what I mean? He's like a rapist murderer who also is like simultaneously upset with his actions or something. Like, what the fuck? Does he think crying is going to give him a lesser sentence or something? Like, this one is like, we've seen a lot of sick freaks on the criminal justice broadcast. You know, this is a criminal justice broadcast. We are detectives who stop crime from happening. But, like, I've never seen someone who is all over the place. Like, you know, because you see psychopaths who are aware of their actions. And they will just, like, turn around and fucking try to cover it up. Or some psychos that have no remorse. I've never seen someone literally go back and forth so methodical in the way that he lies about how he did the murder, but then like also so sad and remorseful.
A great man and woman. I am sorry to my community. I am sorry because I failed you. I am sorry for wearing the badge. I am sorry for
wearing the badge. Dog. This is literally what the thin yellow line Andes are, dude. The people that like have the auxiliary officer line flags. My man said the badge, bro. You are literally a campus security guard.
ever being part of CPS. I ask the college and community to forgive me. I am sorry, Jim Bennett. I fail you. May Katie Sawyer rest in peace now.
In the Deschutes County courtroom, 32-year-old Edwin Lara pleaded guilty to one count of aggravated murder. In July of 2016, Kaylee went for a late-night walk. Lara, who was working as a security guard at Central Oregon Community College, lured and trapped her in.
Kind of wild that the detectives didn't even have to go full horizontal to flex on him. Like, hey, Edwin, can you do this, Edwin?
The back seat of his patrol car meant for transporting people in custody. Prosecutors say he took her purse and phone and drove her to a remote parking lot on campus. Prosecutors say he sexually assaulted her and Kaylee fought for her life. Lara then, we're told, used a large rock to kill her and then dumped her body off the highway near Redmond. Then investigators say he went on a multi-state crime spree, kidnapping a woman in Salem and driving to California, where he's accused of shooting a man and carjacking a family before being caught. Now, just before being sentenced today, Lara addressed...
Is that true? Like, her alarm went off while he was trying to rape her, and she lied and said that she had herpes or something, and that it was an alarm for her herpes medication to get him to stop. That's crazy.
Addressed Kaylee's family and the court.
God Almighty, who art in heaven. Oh, Elohim Adonai.
What?
I'll ask you, please, heal the hearts, all those broken hearts of this community.
What the fuck?
That night, Kaylee Sawyer left the car and her apartment to take a walk, to blow off some steam from the argument with her boyfriend in the night of drinking. It's possible that she had walked that same route before, but as happenstance would have it, that night would be the last walk she would ever take.
Okay, dude, the way that they fucking editorialize like these parts blow my mind.
Had
like...
Edwin not been driving by that night, at that moment, or if Kaylee had decided to walk a different way, or instead go up to the apartment, or even stay longer with her friends at the party, life for her friends and family would be very different today. But pure chance put Kaylee into the path of a predatory killer who ended her life far too early. A killer who now sits behind bars, where he will stay for the rest of his life. I really hope you enjoyed this video.
Can't die if you've never left your house, dude. Hot seat the case of Justin Ross Harris.
Since 1998, 705 children have died in the United States after being left alone in a hot car.
Yes, we did watch this, yeah, recently, actually. That guy was fucking crazy. Biden declares people who oppose all forms of capitalism terrorists. I know, dude, we talked about this already, like,